You know what time it is. It's your boy Hammer Vong, and welcome to Hammer Time Cooking. On today's episode, I'm going to teach you my version of soy garlic Korean fried chicken wings. Now stay tuned and let's get cooking.
Let's begin this recipe by breaking down our chicken wings. Now I'm going to cut off the tips and then we're going to break down the drumettes and the flats. This part's really easy. All you have to do is find the joints and then take the knife and slice it down. Throw your chicken wings into a bowl and let's make a dry brine. Add a half a tablespoon of salt, a quarter teaspoon of black pepper, add 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, add 1 teaspoon of onion powder. To add some light smokiness and heat, I'll add 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika. So the dry brine's gonna help flavor the meat from the inside. You know I love adding layers and layers of flavor, so this is one way of adding seasoning to the chicken wings. We're not only having a dry brine, we're gonna have a wet marinade. So we'll mix 3 eggs into a mixing bowl. So the eggs is gonna help bind the marinade to our chicken wings, and it's gonna make it nice and crispy. So if I was making a traditional American style fried chicken, I would use buttermilk, but today I'll use 1 cup of whole milk. The purpose of the milk is to help break down the proteins in the chicken, and it's gonna make it nice and tender. Add 1 tablespoon of gochujang. This is a Korean red pepper paste, and make sure you mix this thoroughly. It's gonna add a subtle sweetness and heat to our marinade, but it's not overpowering. As you can see, I didn't mix it thoroughly, right? So make sure you do it properly, please. Now throw your chicken wings and the wet marinade into an airtight container and let it rest for 12 to 24 hours. So I'll be putting this in the fridge and part 1 is done. Now Korean fried chicken's not complete without the chicken moo. That's the pickled Korean radish. You just need a couple of ingredients and chicken moo is ready to be made. First things first, you'll need some Korean radish. Now I couldn't find any Korean radish in my neighborhood, so today I'll be using some daikon. Hopefully it gives us the same results. Now I'll only be using half of this radish for this recipe. First we'll peel the skin of the radish. So I actually saved the skins of the radish and make a stock out of it. Now that it's all peeled, we'll slice our radish into 1/2-inch pieces. Try to make it as exact as possible, but if you can't, keep trying, because I am too. Now we'll dice them up into 1/2-inch cubes. So your radish should look something like this. Once it's done, just toss it into a bowl and set it aside. Now for the pickled brine, it's really easy. You'll add 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1.5 tablespoons of white vinegar, then a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Whisk everything together until the sugar dissolves. Once the sugar's nicely dissolved, we can add in our radish. We want to make sure the radish is properly pickled, so we'll mix everything thoroughly. Feel free to make adjustments to this brine. You can always add more sugar or vinegar, just depends on your taste buds. Now that the radish is thoroughly coated, throw it into an airtight container. Now for the best results, allow your radish to rest for 24 hours. So it's the next day and we got our chicken and radish cold chillin'. To make our frying batter, we're gonna use 2 cups of all-purpose flour. To get it nice and super crispy, we're gonna add 1 cup of cornstarch. Another secret ingredient is adding 1 tablespoon of baking powder to the mix. Add 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder. Whisk everything together, and now we're gonna have the flavors from the inside to the outside. So I changed the chicken into a different container. That way the chicken can soak its marinade. Now with one hand, grab the chicken and make sure that excess moisture is off. Then toss that chicken wing into the frying mixture and then we'll set it aside. We're gonna make 2 different type of wings today. We'll do a crispy version and our soy garlic wings. Now to be efficient, I already set the fryer to 325, that way we're ready to cook. Don't forget to click the link in the description below, that way you can find this deep fryer. Make sure you don't overcrowd the fry basket. We wanna make sure the chicken wings are cooked properly and you get a nice crispy crunch to this. Now slowly drop your chicken wings into the oil. Cook it for 6 to 8 minutes, and make sure the internal temperature of the chicken reaches 165. Keep an eye on your chicken, make sure you move it around, that way it doesn't get sticky on the frying pan or basket. So while the chicken is cooking, let's work on our sauce. To make this delicious sauce, we're gonna add 1 cup of soy sauce into a little cooking pot. Add in a cup of water to help dilute the saltiness of the soy sauce. Add in 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar. Now we don't want the flavor of burnt sugar, so make sure you mix it up. Once the sugar is broken down and dissolved, we'll add in a 1.5 tablespoons of minced garlic. I bet you're thinking, your garlic look funny. I know. This was the frozen version of it because I ran out of garlic. Next we'll add 2 tablespoons of honey. Then we'll thicken up the sauce with a cornstarch slurry. You just make that with 1 tablespoon of cornstarch and a tablespoon of water. So the chicken's pretty much done cooking, now let's plate it. So I'm slowly dipping each chicken wing into that nice sweet and savory soy garlic sauce. Now there's more than enough sauce to go around, so feel free to jar it up and save that sauce for a different day. Look at my fingers getting all saucy already, I didn't even eat yet. Alright, now we'll plate our crispy chicken wings, and you can see the difference, right? One's nice and crispy, the other one's the same, but it has that nice delicious sauce on it. Now we'll add in some sesame seeds. Garnish our wings with some green onions. And just like that, we got some homemade Korean fried chicken. Ladies and gents, I present to you my crispy and soy garlic wings. I hope you get to try out this recipe. Now don't forget to hammer that like button, leave a comment, share it with your friends, and if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. Welcome very much, and I'll see you again next time.
And that's without the sauce, but you hear that? That soy garlic flavor? Oh yeah. Great balance right there. See you next time.